Hello, everybody, and welcome to the whatacca.com Saturday shortlist. We are going to be running the rule over all of the potential picks that may or may not go down the What selections for the weekend. Matthew, how are you? No balloons behind you this week. How did it go for us last weekend?
Well, the balloons have deflated, and so did my hopes on Saturday with the accumulator picks as well. Yeah, we were, we weren't successful last Saturday. We were a little bit cursed on Saturday, but viewers and readers should be aware, or readers will be aware, that we had a pretty good record in February, and we've had a couple of winners in March already. So it just so happens. I don't know if we're overthinking it really on the Saturday picks, because I spend more time speaking with you and contemplating the Saturday selections. With some of the other days, it's not as, it's a very quick and easy procedure. Maybe we're given too much choice. That's sometimes what's wrong in the world, isn't it? Too much choice.
Absolutely, yeah. I think it was Sheffield Wednesday that was our swear word last weekend, wasn't it? They went under it. They went under at Lincoln. Anyway, Matthew, let us know. We've got 3 different selections that we put down the whatacca.com website each week, completely free. Go and click, just sign up with your email address. What are we looking at for those 3 picks for a Saturday?
Right, so the way we're doing things for Saturdays at the moment is we've got a win ACCA, a win treble with our 3 strongest win fancies. Both teams to score treble with the 3 games we think both teams will find the net, and then a big money ACCA, which could consist of some win picks, both teams to score picks, just simply some value picks that we think will come in, like Ipswich Town did last weekend.
Yeah, a bit more of a tricky one for Ipswich this weekend, which I'm sure we will be avoiding like the plague, no doubt. So do head over to whatacca.com and sign up. And as ever, I'm partnered up with whatacca.com on the Benjamin Bloom football channel. And you can follow all the Accas as we go through delight or despair over on the Saturday Super Stream from 2:30 each and every Saturday. Let's say those fabled words then, Matthew. We're looking at the win ACCA first. So these are hopefully heavy favourites, but still with nice prices. What do you got for me?
Okay, I'm going to head to one of the coldest grounds I've ever experienced, Oakwell, to oppose the tide.
Preston for me.
Well, oh God, there's quite a few on my list, but yeah, heading to Oakwell. No prizes for originality here. The mighty Cottagers. Fulham to win at Barnsley. One team are going to be in the Premier League next season. One team are likely to be in League One. As you know, Benjamin, there's a big gulf in quality between these teams. Cottagers have got over 50 points more. Fulham have won the past 5 away matches, the past 4 matches. They won 5-1 at Swansea in the week. Barnsley have lost 8 times at Oakwell this season. And you might be able to help me with the pronunciation of Poya Asbaghi.
Yeah, fine.
And he's improved matters, but the 1-1 draw versus Stoke was a blow. They're 5 points away from safety. We just think, as far as ACCA picks are concerned, Fulham are going to be popular, and we like them too. What do you reckon?
Yeah, I like it. Barnsley have picked up recently, but from a very, very low base. The thing I like is Fulham, and we get this in the Championship, always talk about the muscle memory, particularly this time of the year. We know exactly what the team is. We know exactly what they're going to do, and they're winning most weeks. So I'm very positive about Fulham's chances up at Barnsley.
Good stuff. It's a lunchtime kickoff, so I'm most likely reluctant to put the picks in because obviously if one lets you down there, then it doesn't roll onto the 3 o'clock, but still Fulham look like a good bet. Next Championship pick, we've got 3 in total for the win ACCA. This one is Blackpool to beat Swansea. Okay, this is a bit of a riskier one, but they've won 4 of their past 5 matches at Bloomfield Road. The one defeat of those 5 games was the Tangerines led 1-0 against Bournemouth. You probably remember very well before losing late in the game. They had a 4-1 win over Reading, and then they won 1-0 away to Stoke. Swansea were beaten 5-1 by Fulham on Tuesday. Ryan Manning was sent off, so they're going to be missing him. Plus, they had very tired legs in that game. Swansea have now lost 5 of the last 9 matches. They're very hot and cold, I noticed from the stats, actually, under Russell Martin. They have had some heavy defeats. Stoke, Sheffield United and Fulham have sort of inflicted that on them as well. So I'm really warm on Neil Critchley's team for this. Are you?
I like your logic, but they're always famous last words, aren't they? I think we're probably right in saying that we can double check this, but I think Blackpool skew quite good at home and Swansea are quite bad away from home. You talked about that spottiness from Swansea. I think that can be geographical. And this one, is probably worth considering as a price booster as well, isn't it? Because I'd imagine you get bit. So I'll sit on the fence and see what else you've got. But Matthew, I always like your logic, but it's the Championship, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. It's Blackpool. I think I know that they had that 4-1 win. I think my biggest concern would be sometimes they don't score a huge number of goals, and obviously they're Championship new boys. They're doing fantastically well, all things considered. Third pick, slightly more favourable, shorter odds wise. Nottingham Forest to beat Reading, 1.57 when I last looked. Forest have won their 6 of the past 7 games at the City Ground. They're buoyant after that 2-1 FA Cup win over Huddersfield. City Ground's going to be bouncing, and the Tricky Trees are now unbeaten in the last 7 matches. Reading's issues are well documented. They've lost 11 of their past 17 games. They lost 4-1 at Blackpool last weekend, and then they were turned over at home to Millwall. So we just think that Forest are in a much better place than Reading. I think I've been opposing Reading quite a lot on these streams. It feels as well, but for good reason with this one, I think, Benjamin.
So normally with Reading, I'd be talking about Lucas João, Yakou Maite and John Swift, but it's Steve Cooper they're up against, isn't it? So, if you stick Gary Rowett or Steve Cooper, or this season Wayne Rooney as well, in the way in terms of the better defensive teams, I like it. I think I possibly like it better than Blackpool as well. So we'll come back to that. But yeah, I think Forest can shut out the Reading threat, and like you say every week, you're kind of certain Reading will concede some goals, aren't you, as well?
Yeah, I think so. And Forest, they looked really good on Monday from what I saw against Huddersfield. It was a cracking game. Next pick going down to League One. We're just gonna go back to Sheffield Wednesday. I know they let us down last week, but I think Sheffield Wednesday on home soil are an attractive proposition. They have still won 7 of the last 9 matches. I mean, Lincoln played some really good stuff against them in the recent match. Wednesday have won 6 of the last 7 home games. The last 2 home wins were 2-0 against Charlton, 5-2 against Burton. Cambridge have lost 4 of the last 5 away games. They were beaten 4-2 at Oxford and 3-0 at Wycombe recently, and they had 0 shots on target against the Shrews last weekend. We just feel Wednesday look like a good ACCA pick. They're going to be popular, and I think Darren Morside can deliver the business. What do you think of this one?
I mean, I'm still annoyed at them for losing to Lincoln last week, because everything else was on other than that, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Do you believe in the sort of bounce back after a defeat? Because that could work in our favour here as well, couldn't it?
I think also just sometimes away picks are a bit dodgy. You know what it's like as the away team. Teams will lose away from home. It doesn't matter how good they are, really. It's just a trickier business, getting points on the road as well. And Lincoln are a bit streaky, aren't they? So I don't know. I still think Wednesday will get their act together for this one.
Sure.
Okay, moving down to League Two, we've got Bristol Rovers to beat Harrogate Town. Bristol Rovers are now playoff contenders. They're one of the form teams in League Two. They're just 3 points off the automatic places. They've won 5 of the last 7, including a 2-1 midweek win at Crawley. They've won 5 of the past 7 home games. They've got really good home support, by the way, Bristol Rovers. Harrogate have only won 1 of the past 7. They lost 2-1 at home to Hartlepool last weekend after leading. They've got a leaky defence away from home, and we just think that Bristol, I don't really believe in momentum, but I certainly believe in confidence, and Bristol Rovers can have plenty of that and should get the job done. Pretty tasty odds, I can see from the bookies odds.
Why don't you, Matthew, give me your second League Two pick? Because I always hold my hands up every week. I always bow to Matthew's superior knowledge on League Two matters. So do you want to go on to Stevenage Newport, and we'll do these two as a pair? Yeah,
exactly. I'm going to go for it's an away pick. I'm going to go for Newport County to win at Stevenage, and the reason for this is that I just think Newport are arguably arguably the most attacking team in League Two at the moment. They've gone on the road after 5 consecutive home matches, and they're 5th in the League Two table, very firmly in the race to get automatic promotion. They beat Tranmere and Bristol Rovers. They drew with Forest Green recently. Stevenage have not got a win in the past 7 matches. Paul Tisdale's manager. They're in really strong danger of being relegated this season. They've lost the last 2 home matches against Bradford and Bristol Rovers. They lost 4-0 at home to Bristol Rovers in that game. Newport, I think, just seem to be a team on the up as well. So they're a bigger price than Bristol Rovers because they're the away side, and that's being factored in as well. But I'm not sure that going to Stevenage is everyone will say, well, Stevenage is a difficult place to go. I don't think it is, and I think Newport can win.
Absolutely. Right, let me give you my read. We never make the final call right here and now. You've got to check out whatacca.com on Saturday, and if you signed up, you'll get that in the morning, Matthew, into your emails.
You will get it. It'll be up on site on Friday. It'll be sent out at 8 o'clock every Saturday morning.
Yeah, sure. So part of me wants to take Fulham out, so we get a complete 3 p.m. Sweep, but that's not a logical decision. That's just a fun decision. I think I prefer Forest to Blackpool. I like Sheffield Wednesday, and I would always bow to your superior knowledge on League Two. But I don't know. I think I like Newport better. What do you think?
The Newport one's just obviously the away from home. Obviously, it's factored into the prices as well. I think that Forest and Wednesday look like locks to me, really. Fulham, the negative is the lunchtime kickoff. Newport, the negative is they're away from home. Bristol Rovers, do they have a negative, really? I've seen Harrogate this season. They're really open. They play quite an attacking style of football. They're quite dynamic, but they just will let goals in as well. So, yeah, probably leaning towards Bristol Rovers. I'll have a little bit more of a think about it. Liaise with the team at whatacca.com, and we'll see which way to go on that one. But yeah, I like Forest and Wednesday like you do, Benjamin.
All looks positive for that one. Shall we go on to your favourites, Matthew? Because they're a bit more fun, aren't they? Both teams to score. What have you got for me?
Do you know the funny thing about both teams to score is you could just get like somebody who doesn't know anything about football to randomly pick out the games and they would come in. You know what goals are like. There's no rhyme or reason to the way goals are scored. Anyway, here are my 5 that I picked out based on various statistical information, although we'll start at Old Trafford in the Premier League. It's the Saturday tea time kickoff between Manchester United and Tottenham. Both teams need wins, really, now at this stage of their proceedings. Arsenal have sort of got the box seat as far as 4th place is concerned. Unless Chelsea have a real fall from grace in 3rd, there's only 1 spot for grabs. Tottenham scored 4 at Leeds, 5 against Everton. Happy to disregard their FA Cup defeat at Borough, sort of the mitigating circumstances there. Spurs have scored in the past 5 out of the last 6 away Premier League clashes. Obviously, United badly need a win after that Derby humiliation. They scored at City last Sunday despite being second best. Despite the goalless draw versus Watford last time out at Old Trafford, they had so many chances in that game and they scored 3 against Tottenham earlier in the season. So that's my first pick, Benjamin, and gone into the Premier League for this one. What do you think?
I'm almost looking at it thinking I'm less sure about Man United scoring than I'm about Spurs scoring, which is strange for, growing up watching the Ferguson Manchester United teams. But Kane and Son with Kulusevski look hot again, don't they?
Very good. Very good.
Yeah, so I like it, but I'm almost like, who's going to let us down? It's more likely to be, but Manchester United at home, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Let's park that one and look at your no championship, straight down to League One.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going after Portman Road. Now, I will say at this stage, I know you're an Ipswich fan and it's hard to be objective. I get that. I do think Ipswich Town are a good bet to win this game. I actually think they'll win, but I'm leaning more towards both teams to score because Portsmouth have been so full of goals recently. So Ipswich Town on Wednesday the 29th of December, Ipswich beat Wycombe Wanderers 1-0. Since then, they've kept a further 10 clean sheets. They have got very,
Kieran
very strong
McKenna's
defense.
first game that as well.
Was it really? Well, there we go. And so, however, they do clash with an informed Portsmouth side who've scored 23 goals in the last 8 games. They are goal crazy. They won 3-1 at Crewe after thrashing Accrington 4-0. Ipswich scored in 4 of the past 5 matches. I was listening or reading or something the other recently that Michael Appleton of Lincoln, the Lincoln manager, basically said Ipswich are comfortably the best side in League One at the moment. But I was thinking both teams to score in this one, possibly a high-scoring Ipswich win. But you are the expert on Ipswich, Benjamin.
Yeah, but then, like you say, my brain is completely overridden by my heart in these matters. So my heart and the statistics says don't touch this because Ipswich's defence is so good at the moment and all of those clean sheets you're talking about and club records. But I can already hear your response before you've even said it. But Pompey are banging in goals left and right. So it's going to be...
You're not sure on this one, are you?
I'm not sure. And what's making me not sure is that it's going to be a tight game. And I think it's going to be more a tight game like either side winning it 1-0 rather than a Desmond or something with both sides on the score. But I will completely accept your premise that my ability to think clearly about Ipswich is very much inhibited by my want for them to win every single game they ever play. So, we'll put that out to the ether. And also, Matthew, I'm just looking at your next pick, and I'm like, okay, right.
Yeah, I agree. I've looked at that myself in the cold light of day now. MK Dons against Wigan. Wow. I mean, these two teams have been so entertaining this season. Maybe more of a surprise as far as MK Dons are concerned, but it's third versus second in League One. Both teams do score a lot of goals. The Latics average more than 2 on the road. MK Dons have scored at least 2 goals in the past 5 matches. MK have scored in their past. They've won their past 5 games. MK Dons. They are a team on fire. They need a win to get into the automatic picture because Wigan have got more games in hand. Wigan drew 1-1 at Rotherham and won 3-1 away to Wycombe in their previous 2 aways. This, to me, any game involving Wigan, I always expect goals, and I think that both teams will be going for victories for entirely different for the same reasons, get promotion, but to get the advantage over the other one on the basis that Rotherham are automatically up. So do you like that one better than Ipswich Portsmouth, I presume?
I hate what I'm about to say, but this is the one I've been most sure about the entire list. So it's probably a nailed on 0-0. And MK, just heroic win at Rotherham last weekend on the Super Stream. They were down to 10, and Rotherham are, but regardless that Michael Appleton knows more about football than me, but over the season, Rotherham are clearly the best team in League One. Maybe at the moment, Ipswich are in good form. But yeah, I very much like this. And you would normally say a second against third, cagey, but it's League One and it's MK Dons who keep the ball and Wigan who come back in every game they're in. So long and the short of it, I like it a lot, and I do like it more than Ipswich Pompey, I have to say.
Very good. I'm pretty sure Ipswich Portsmouth isn't going to go on into
no. Go on. League Two then.
Next week we'll be coming back and you'll be like, oh, when Ipswich win 4-2, you'll be like, oh, you were right.
I'll take it.
Okay. We're dropping down to League Two for the last 2 picks. Swindon versus Oldham. Oldham Athletic are in a spot of bother, really. They look like they were enjoying a resurrection under the returning John Sheridan, but they've sort of dropped back into the bottom 2 now as well. But 5 of the past 6 Oldham games have been both teams to score. They've definitely approached games in a very positive manner, but conceding goals. Latics have found the net in the past 4 away games, desperately needing a win in this game. The past 3 Swindon games have finished both teams to score, yes. The reverse fixture finished 3-1 in favour of Swindon. Swindon have scored in their previous 8 home matches. So really, you're almost thinking Swindon are a banker here. Can Oldham score? I think so, because the stakes are so high for them with not many games remaining. So that is probably my best League Two both teams to score pick. What's your idea on that one?
I think Oldham came in for us last week, and again, I'll bow to your superior knowledge on League Two, but Swindon come up as incredibly attacking. They're top for pass accuracy, possession, and only behind Newport, who you bigged up earlier for shots per game as well. So I think you're looking at a 2-1 or a 3-1 or something of that nature. It's just whether Oldham can get on the score sheet. Can you compare and contrast with your last pick then for us, Matthew?
Yeah. There's another 2 teams that I've seen this season, Walsall and Sutton United. Walsall are sort of, the league table doesn't really tell the whole story with the Walsall insofar as that they were sort of a sinking ship under Matt Taylor, and under Michael Flynn, they look to be in much better shape despite having exactly the same squad. Walsall have scored in 5 of the past 6 matches. Their past 3 matches have been both teams to score. Yes, they came from behind to draw at Barrow last week. They should have won at Barrow last weekend, and it was on the Big Acca. They had 3 shots on target compared to the 1 against. Sutton are the surprise package in League Two. They're promotion chasing for the, two promotions in the space of 2 seasons. They've scored 7 goals against Scunthorpe in Rochdale recently in total, and they also reached the EFL Trophy final midweek with a win at Wigan. So they're in good shape. They're in good confidence. We can just see both teams. Walsall have kind of got a free hit between now and the end of the season because they're not going to go down, so they can go out and play attacking creative football.
Get on the beach.
They're playing for contracts, I think, with that new manager.
Yeah.
And Sutton, I think, again, it's a free hit for them this season. Nobody expected Sutton to go up, and so I just think we'll see an open game between 2 teams who the stakes, are sort of they're high for sort of Sutton, but in a way they're not. So that's why I think both teams are scoring this one.
Let me pitch this to you as a whole, Matthew. I like Man United Spurs. I like MK Dons Wigan. And I like your knowledge of League Two better than mine. So what are your thoughts on that as a premise, unless you're really high on both those League Two picks?
Well, conversely to the Fulham game, the Man U Tottenham game is the Saturday tea time. So how nice would it be if we get 2 legs of the treble up, and when we can all sit down with a nice glass of something in front of the telly.
I'm having a curry as well.
A curry, a bottle of Cobra, Man United Tottenham Goal Fest. Oh, it's all falling into place. Brilliant. There we go. So all we need to do, really, I mean, you've already said that both teams are going to score an MK Dons Wigan, so that one's an absolute lock. That one's home and hosed. So we only need to pick the right League Two game, and then you can enjoy your curry and beers and cheer on the goals in that game as well. I might toss a coin before Friday. Anyone that's watching this, go to the site and on Friday afternoon, and you'll find out which of the League Two matches that I've picked to go into this treble to be enjoyed with a lamboon or whatever your choice of curry is.
Amazing stuff. Can you just quickly touch on what sort of picks and what sort of price we might be expecting? We're not going to go into detail now on your big money ACCA. Sort of, we had it was a fun one last week with a mixture of BTTSs and winners as well. How many picks and what sort of 40, 50 to 1, wasn't it?
Yeah, exactly. I think we always look to sort of get up beyond the 40 to 1 mark. Essentially, if someone can turn a couple of quid into like 80 quid, 100 quid, it's fantastic, isn't it? £2 is very little. Downside as well, especially with Cheltenham next week, where, I must have mentioned Cheltenham on here as well, Cheltenham Festival, because we're going to have loads of Lucky 15 tips for Cheltenham as well. We've got guys who know their racing stuff, and they'll be putting up the regular tips as well. But to build up a Cheltenham bankroll, we'll be looking at big money for 50. We'll try and go for 50 to 1 this weekend. Obviously, the prices are open to fluctuation, and always please remember to gamble responsibly, I should add as well.
So all of these picks, finalised ones, are going to be down whatacca.com. Help me out, help Matthew out. Get your ideas and your thoughts in via the comments. Please go and sign up at whatacca.com, completely free, just with your email. And the tips will be there on Saturday if you go and visit. And Matthew, we're normally going to give a little bit of a tickle, a little bit of a boost with one of our partners if you do go through the website on all of those 3 ACCAs, aren't we?
Yeah, you'll be able to you'll be able to enjoy some exclusive sort of promotions and various things that are going on as well. Plus, there are certain bookies that we recommend, and they will add a bonus to your ACCA depending on how many selections you make. With that big money ACCA, the price is often really pimped from like 35 to 1 to 50 to 1. So definitely head to the site to find out the bookies that have the best ACCA bonuses.
Amazing. Check all of that out. Come and see me at 2:30 on Saturday for the Saturday Super Stream. Very quickly before we go, Matthew, Northampton versus Tranmere. How was it?
It was really good. We saw 5 goals. The locals were really friendly. Northampton were celebrating their birthday. I saw Tranmere Rovers score 2 away goals, and the chicken balti pie before the game was 8 out of 10, maybe 9 out of 10. It was really good. So, we lost, but to be honest, you don't go to Tranmere away games. It's more in hope than expectation. So let's see how we get on against Mansfield tomorrow night.
Outstanding. And just to report, I was at Sheffield United versus Middlesbrough on Tuesday night. Great to be out on the road and at games again after COVID and birth of daughter nearly 7 months ago now. And I saw 5 goals and I had a burger before the game as well. Wow. And a great performance by Sander Berger and Morgan Gibbs-White. So look out for those two, and they may be appearing in some treble picks, put it that way, on WhatACCA between now and the end of the season, perhaps.
So you ate a burger and you saw a burger. Which was better?
Honestly, the burger I saw on the pitch. He will not be playing in the Championship next season. Put it that way, and by whatever means necessary. Matthew, where can we find you on Twitter?
Yeah, Matthew_Glazier, or you can go to the WhatACCA Twitter handle as well, which is just WhatACCA.
And find me at Benjamin Bloom. But more importantly, head over to the Benjamin Bloom football channel and join us for the Saturday Super Stream where we're going to be following all of these ACCAs. We will see you once again next week for the What ACCA Saturday shortlist. Good luck. Please gamble responsibly and do head over to What ACCA and get yourself signed up. Say goodbye, Matthew.
Goodbye, Matthew.
I better say goodbye, Ben, then. Bye, everyone.